Hare Krishna. We, nice students of Hyderabad, are going to enact Govardhan Hill pastime. Krishna goes to inquire about the great sacrifice the inhabitants of Vrindavan were preparing for from his father Nanda Maharaj.
My dear father, what is this arrangement going on for a great sacrifice? What is the result of such a sacrifice and for whom is it meant? How is it performed? Will you kindly let me know? I'm very eager to know this procedure. So please explain to me the purpose of the sacrifice.
Dear boy, this ceremonial performance is more or less traditional because rainfall is due to the mercy of King Indra and the clouds are his representatives, and because water is so important for a living being. We must show some gratitude to the controller of this rainfall, Maharaja Indra. We are arranging, therefore, to pacify King Indra because he has very kindly sentenced the clouds to pour down a sufficient quantity of rain for successful agricultural activities.
My dear father, I don't think you need to worship any demigod for the successful performance of your agricultural activities. I request you to begin a sacrifice which will satisfy the local Brahmanas and Govardhan Hill, and let us have nothing to do with Indra.
My dear boy, since you are asking, I shall arrange for a separate sacrifice for the local Brahmanas and Govardhan Hill. But for the present, let me execute this sacrifice known as Indra Yajna.
My dear father, don't delay. The sacrifice you propose for Govardhan Hill and the local Brahmanas will take much time. Better take the arrangement and paraphernalia you have already made for the Indra Yajna and immediately engage them to satisfy Govardhan Hill and the local Brahmanas.
All Vrindavan inhabitants, led by Nanda Maharaj, take all the arrangements to Govardhan Hill along with local Brahmanas.
I am Govardhan. You have pleased me with your prayers and offerings. You shall be greatly blessed if you circumambulate me along with your herd.
Jai Govardhan! Jai Govardhan!
Jai Govardhan Hill!
Seeing all this, Samavartaka, informer of Devarajindra, goes to tell him about what was going on in Vrindavan.
Devrajindra, I've got a bad news for you, which will make you angry. Inhabitants of Vrindavan have started worshipping Govardhan Hill instead of you, as suggested by Krishna.
Just see the impudence of the inhabitants of Vrindavan. They are simply inhabitants of the forest, but being infatuated with their friend Krishna, who is nothing but an ordinary human being, they have dared to defy the demigods. Because they have taken Krishna so seriously, they must be punished and destroyed with their cows. Samataka, go to Vrindavana and inundate the place.
Samavartaka, followed by Devrajindra, comes to destroy Vrindavan with pouring torrents of rain, thunderbolts and storm. The village gets flooded and everyone ran to Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj accompanied with Yashoda Mata. By seeing all this, speaks to Krishna.
My dearest Krishna, I know you meant well, but our actions has enraged Indra.
Krishna would never let any harm come to us or his beloved Vrindavan. It's true, Mother. I will protect Vrindavan. Krishna, oh my child. inhabitants of Vrindavan, you can now safely enter under the umbrella of Govardhan Hill, which I have just lifted. Do not be afraid of the hill and think that it will fall from my hand.
Inhabitants of Vrindavan stay under the Govardhan Hill for 7 days. No harm is caused to them by the attacks of Lord Indra and his associates. Krishna breaks the false ego of Lord Indra, and Lord Indra begs for forgiveness from Krishna. All residents of Vrindavan return to their village safely and sing glories of Krishna. Hare Krishna.